Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a Valentine's inspired look. We're doing some anti-Valentine's Day candy hearts with a super fun rainbow eye look to go with it. Doing a funky lip color, doing a funky eyebrow color. We're just getting crazy for Valentine's Day. This is just a fun look. I do have more looks planned, so let's just jump right into the tutorial. I put on my wig. This wig is from Geets. It's looking cute, looks good. We're gonna start with the body portion of this look. So I'm just taking a lip pencil, a pink one. You can take a neutral colored one, you can take a black one, and I'm just tracing out how I want the hearts to lay, how many hearts I want. You know, I'm doing them in different directions so they don't all look the same, different sizes. I have some overlapping other ones. I'm just doing a bunch of them all in one area. I go off onto my shoulder a little bit. For the paints today, I'm using my Nye Magic Cakes. This is the Fantasy palette. It's just full of a bunch of pastel shades, so I thought this was absolutely perfect for some candy hearts. I'm starting with a hot pink shade. Later I do wish I would have used more of a pastel pink, but hey, that's okay, no big deal. And I just start doing random hearts and making sure I'm not doing the same colors right next to each other. I'm just filling them in randomly, and I start alternating colors. So I do a pink, I do a seafoam green, I do a light blue, a lavender color, and yellow, and kind of like an orangish, mango-ish kind of color too. And the brushes I'm using for this are Nye brushes as well. I'm just using water to activate the paints, and then I'm just applying them on my chest. Now we're going to start shading these little hearts. I'm taking my Sephora Pro editorial palette. It's the colorful one. You can really use any colorful palette, and I'm just shading where the hearts are overlapping, and I'm making sure I'm using the colors. The eyeshadows that I'm using are the same colors as the hearts. So for the shading on the blue heart, I used a blue shadow. For the shading on the purple heart, I'm using a purple shadow. For the shading on the green hearts, I use the green shadow, so on and so forth. And you just want to create that shadow where the hearts are overlapping. I wanted to create some dimension in this. And then I start taking a black shadow and really going up against those edges just to create a little bit more dimension. I go very lightly with a very small amount of black. Taking this red Magic Cake paint from Nye, first I'm outlining the hearts in a black paint. This one's from Nye as well. And then I take the red paint and I start putting the words in there. So I'm just doing negative stuff, you know, you suck, loser, bye, go away, please die, all this fun stuff. And the lettering's always red on those hearts, so that's why I'm using red. And make sure when you are writing words in the mirror, you're going backwards, not the same way that you would normally write it, okay? Then I'm taking my Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden, as always, and I'm applying this on my eyeballs. We're going to be doing a lot of shadow today, so make sure you take it far out. Far out. For the setting of those hearts, I want to make sure they don't move anywhere. I'm going to use Final Seal from Nye. It's a mattifying setting spray, and it really locks down paints. So I sprayed a little bit of that on there before I went to town. And I'm using my Pastel Goth palette, and I'm also using the Sephora Pro palette that I was using. And I started off with blue just to create that wing shape, and then from the Pastel Goth palette, I went in with Meow and started creating the purple on the end there. We are doing a rainbow. Then I took yellow and blended it in with that blue, and it kind of created a green shade for me. I didn't really need to add green to it. Yellow and blue mixed together makes green, you know. Then I added kind of an orange shade in the front there and just started blending everything together. Super simple, honestly. Then I'm cutting out the crease with my NARS Soft Matte Concealer because I am doing a partial cut crease. I just love the way these look. I think they look so nice, so I love doing them. Setting it with a white shadow, and then I'm taking my Cover FX Shimmer Veil in Amethyst, and I'm packing that right on top. Just a pretty, like, very iridescent light purple that gives a little shimmer, a little glitter to the look, you know? You can never have too much glitter. Then I'm just taking blue and green after I apply this on to my lid, and I'm just blending that all together to make a seamless transition. I start with blue, and then I take a little bit of green, and I just start blending it together. You know. For the face, I'm using this Bitter Lace Beauty Highlighting Potion. It's called I Put a Spell on You. It's in a skull bottle, and it's so gorgeous on the face. It has so much glitter on it. It gives a little hydration. It's just so pretty. I haven't used it, but I just started using it, and I'm kind of obsessed with it. Just gives a little hydration and glow to the face. And then I'm taking my Benefit Porefessional Pearl Primer and applying that on top because I need to smooth out them pores, girl. You know what I mean? Taking my basket case liner, I'm just putting that in my waterline, and then we're going to start applying foundation. I'm using my favorite Huda Beauty foundation. I'm in the shade Angel Food. I'm going to be applying this with my beauty blender. You already know this is the same thing I do all the time. To finish up these eyes, I'm taking my Huda Beauty Electric Obsessions palette, and I'm using this hot pink shade right here. I'm going to be applying that on my lower lash line. I'm just really going to go to town and bring it down quite a bit. Don't be too scared. This is a very dramatic look, so go to town. Then I'm taking some black and just smoking out that black into the pink. For concealer, I'm using my NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer in Vanilla. Oh yeah, I gotta zoom out. I applied it underneath my eyes, my chin, my nose, my forehead, my cupid's bow, and then I blended it out with my beauty blender. And then I take a little bit extra of that concealer and I go along the edges here, and I take my beauty blender and I really clean up that eyeshadow line so it's nice and crisp and sharp. I love doing this to make that eyeshadow look nice and defined. And I make sure I set everything with my Nye Neutral Set Powder, my favorite powder in the world. I set my whole face with this stuff and a damp beauty blender. Then I'm taking my Too Faced Glitter in Snow Fairy, and I'm putting that right in the inner corner of my eyes. It's so pretty, I love it. And for brows, we're getting funky, y'all. I'm using this pink lip liner from Ben Nye. It's super hot pink, and I'm just filling in the shape that I want. And then I'm taking my LA Splash Cosmetics Wickedly Divine Liquid Lipstick. I forget the shade, I'll have it on the screen, but I'm just taking that and I'm filling everything in to make it a little bit darker and making sure it's nice and filled in. There's no spaces, there's no blotches. And then I'm cleaning up the under area of that eyebrow with my Soft Matte Concealer from NARS. Making that line nice and sharp, and then I'm going to take a little brush and blend that in. To finish off this eye, I'm using my Sex Kitten liner from Tarte Cosmetics, and I'm just doing a big old cat eye, getting real crazy, make it real dramatic. There's my brows and my liner. Now we're going to take our lashes. These are from Rouge and Rogue. They're their Black Magic lashes. This is in the style Nirvana. I'm taking my Huda Beauty lash glue, and I'm just going to apply these bad boys. While the glue's drying and getting tacky, I like to kind of, you know, make the lashes a little bit more circular. That way they fit the eye shape a little bit better and they're not super straight and poking you in the eyeball. And then I'm going to take my basket case liner again and run it underneath the lash line to make sure everything's nice and blended. I'm going to put some Sugar Lip Caramel on my lips. I also did my contour, my blush, and my highlight. I'm just going to hydrate my lips before I put my lipstick on. This is from Sephora. It's their Cream Lip Stain. I honestly don't know what shade it is. It's number 31, but I don't know what it's called. So I just applied this, and then I took the shade from LA Splash Cosmetics, their Wickedly Divine Liquid Lipstick in Mermaid's Tail. It's a really pretty blue, and I went around the edges just to make it kind of like an ombre effect. I felt like this blue by itself was a little intense, so that's it, guys. That's the end of this tutorial. I added some little gems underneath my eyes as well, just to give a fun little effect. You know, wear this out on your date for Valentine's Day. Hopefully your date loves and accepts you for the way you are, and they love and accept you for the fact that you love to wear makeup. I know mine does. I hope you all have a great Valentine's Day. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for my next tutorial. Bye!